Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to decorate for Halloween and fall, but before we get started, I'd like to show you a few new items that I picked up. First off, let's start with the cauldrons. I have this large trick-or-treat cauldron. I believe I paid $30 for that one. The smaller one was either $13 or $15, and I believe I paid $8 for the witch's brew. It's definitely something that I had been looking for a while, so I was pretty excited when I found it. I picked it up right away. Next up is this Ray Dunn Putting the Boo in Booty mug. I couldn't resist it. It had the cute little ghost topper, and seeing how I do have a big rear end, I thought it was fitting that I purchased it. I wanted to show you the back of my witch's brew mug. It actually has the recipe here. And if you look closely, the R is missing from spider at the very bottom there. In my mind, I told myself, well, the story behind that is the poor witch with her old arthritic hands, she was tired and didn't feel like finishing off the word spider. I also grabbed these cute Johanna Parker mugs at Home Goods for $20. I found these in the Target Dollar Playground area for $3 each. This little vampire kitty happens to be my favorite. And we have a cute little ghost mug along with that witch's brew back there. I've already cleared off my hutch and I'm ready to get decorating. I plan on decorating up here, but I don't want to move all my plants. I think I'm just going to move them all over to one side because I want to put my haunted house up there. And I thought, well, maybe if I have all the plants on one side, it'll feel like it's a forest over there. Let's see if that will work. I've got this box and I'm going to set it up here at the top, and then I'm going to cover it with some creepy cloth and then set my house on top. I decided to take the creepy cloth and to stretch it over to the pot to cover it a little bit, just so it looks a little more eerie. That's all I'm going to do for this section. The witch flying over the moon, I went ahead and put on a shelf I have above my kitchen window. You can kind of see I need to repaint the kitchen. I've already patched up some holes, but see right there on the right side, you can see those as well. But that's where I decided to go ahead and put her. It looks really good at night because it is so high up and I have my candles that come on. It's almost as if you are looking at the moon glowing and the witch is actually flying over it. I have these lights that I purchased off of Amazon last year. They have a remote and a timer, and you can turn them on or off with the remote, and you can also change the colors. I think I'm going to put them in my cauldron. I've added some paper at the bottom there. I'm just going to go ahead and toss them in. Leave it like that, or I created this topper for a smaller cauldron that I have using plastic iridescent bulbs and an old lid that I had to a Tupperware container that I no longer have. And it fit that cauldron perfectly. This one, not so much. As you can see, but I'm thinking I might get some more of these and just add them to make it look more like it fits the cauldron. But I definitely like this look. Hey guys, I did decide to go to Dollar Tree and see if I could find some bulbs, and voila, I did. So I went ahead and created a new topper for the larger cauldron, and I thought I'd show you how I did it. So they had two different sizes. They had this larger size, and they also had a smaller size right here. You get two for $1.25 or the one big one for $1.25. They're not iridescent, but they'll still work. I also purchased this Tupperware container, or a food storage container, and I purchased it for the lid because I thought this might be the perfect size lid for my cauldron, and it was. The only downside was I didn't like the handles on it, so you'll see that I go ahead and I cut them off. Here I'm just showing you, hey look, it fits perfectly, and it was a pretty good fit. Here I am cutting the handles. I probably could have left the handles. I think that the bulbs would have covered that and you wouldn't even notice it, but I decided to do it anyways. Here's how it looks after I've cut the handles off. So as you see here, I just started by gluing two together. And I have to warn you, as the glue got hotter, because the glue gun was on longer, it did kind of melt. See there on the bottom left there, that bulb, it does kind of melt the plastic a little bit, so be careful. Now, I did not glue these directly to the lid, and I probably should have, but it worked out fine both ways. So I just kind of glued them all together, and then at the end I decided to add the lid to it. And I feel like the lid helps it glow better at night, because I thought I was going to just do it without the lid and that it would look just as good, but I personally like the way it looks better with the lid. So I did add the lid later after I had all my bulbs glued together, which is really the wrong way to do it. If you're going to use a lid, I think it might be easier to add them to the lid as you go. Here's how the cauldron turned out. As you can see, I went a little overboard with the bubbles. I have it displayed here with my Hocus Pocus candle. Some LED candles I purchased at Amazon a few years ago. They do have timers, along with a crow that I found last year at Home Goods. I don't remember how much I paid for him though. In the background, I have Bones sitting here. Normally he likes to stay in my car, but this week my husband had to drive my car, so he had to stay in the house. And then over this way, you can see the hutch. You've already seen the haunted house and my ghost. On this shelf here, I just went ahead and put a couple of ghosts. This is a ghost I bought at Home Goods last year, and I put a tea light in him. I think he had a sponge in him. And here on this shelf, this is my collagen powder, honey, and I have my mugs, some of my favorite mugs, along with a ghost, another ghost from Home Goods with a tea light inside, and one of my Ray Dunn ghosts. These are coasters that I bought this year on clearance at Michael's. They were 90% off. There were 4 of them. And they're just like a little felt. They're made out of felt. Down here, I put one of the Dollar Tree books along with this guy, a candle, and my Ray Dunn ghost, and the Putting the Boo in the Booty mug. Over this way, I have my Dollar Tree ghost, an LED candle, and my miniature cauldron. I put the topper for the mug on top of my cauldron. I thought it was cute how it says boo and it looks like the little ghost is popping out. Over here on my bench next to my sliding door, I just have some LED candles next to a Mickey popcorn tub that some family members brought back for me from Disney World recently. I put a tea light inside of him. And I put it inside the jack-o'-lantern there. And it lights up. The tea light is on a timer. And I just have this candle in a lantern over here. I had to remove the vines that I put on my pumpkin. My cat Gidget kept chewing them and it was hurting her mouth because of the wires. So I just removed them, and I've actually had to place this up here. I have a little rack that has the mirrors, and I have a lantern, and that's where I've placed it. It still looks nice, but not as nice as it did. She kept chewing on the fake flower and those vines that I put on it. So I removed those and put it up here so she can't get to it anymore.